Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Coconut Kiwi 25. Today I'm going to be filming a splurge or save video where I compare a lower end product against a higher end product, and I tell you my honest opinion, and I suggest if it would be better to save money for the cheaper one or opt out for the more expensive one and splurge. So first thing I'm going to be comparing is nail polishes. So first, for the lower end brand, I have the Sally Hansen HD nail polish, and this is in 14 Spectrum. And for the higher end version, I have the OPI from the Alice in Wonderland collection, and this is in the color Absolutely Alice. And now the OPI runs about $8.50. It varies like by salon or store you go to, but I know at Ulta they're $8.50. And the Sally Hansen one, I believe, is around $4.50 maybe. So it's about you save about half on the Sally Hansen one. And I picked colors similar, so it would be easier to compare. And to be honest, they both work really good. They both need two coats by themselves. But if they were under a blue base, I think it would be better. Now the colors vary slightly just because they're different colors. They weren't meant to be exactly the same. But the glitter on both of them is really nice. And the brushes are a little different, but they both apply really smooth. And if you put a really good top coat over it, like the Chess Vite one, they'll both look amazing. So for nail polish, I would definitely save money and opt out for the Sally Hansen HD one, or just any drugstore one, as opposed to OPI or Shine Glazed. But if you were a salon, I would probably go with the OPI for your customers. But if you're just at home, I would definitely save money and go with the cheaper one, the drugstore one. The next product I have is tinted moisturizer. For the higher end version, I have the MAC Studio Moisture Tint, and for the lower end version, I have the CoverGirl Aqua Smoothers Tinted Moisturizer. Now this one the MAC one runs for $29.50, and the CoverGirl one runs for about $5 or $6, I believe. Now these both do what a tinted moisturizer promise. They give you a lightweight moisturizer with the wash of sheer color, and it gives the skin like a natural glow. And to be honest, as long as you get it in the right color, I think going for the cheaper CoverGirl one or any drugstore one would be better, at least in my opinion, because they do about the same thing, and this one, the MAC one, actually smells a little bit funky. So I would definitely go with like the CoverGirl one or a drugstore one on that. The next product I'm going to be comparing is brushes. So first, I have this e.l.f. complexion brush, and this is from the Studio line at Target, or the Studio line, I just bought it at Target, and it was $3, and it's basically like a powder face brush. And then I'm going to be comparing it to the higher end version, which is the Sigma large powder brush, and I'm not sure how much this was separate, but I got my brush set for $140. I know it's way more than $3. But as you can tell, the Sigma one's definitely a bigger brush, but the e.l.f. one, compared to the Sigma is more densely packed. Even though the e.l.f. one's nice, the Sigma one's softer and nicer. And I think that when you're buying brushes, you should definitely get good brushes, because they help with the application of makeup, and they can make any like bad makeup look pretty decent. So I would definitely opt out and go for splurging and splurge on a good brush. The next product I'm going to be comparing is lipstick. Now here I have a MAC one, which is $14.50, and a CoverGirl one, which might be $5. I'm not really sure about the drugstore products, but they're pretty similar in color. The MAC one's a little darker, as you can tell, but they both have really good pigmentation and really good color payoff on your lips and on when you swatch it. But there's a good price difference, and honestly, some of the MAC colors for lipstick aren't really that wearable. But I think the drugstores have more wearable colors. They have a lot of pinks, a lot of corals, a lot of neutrals and nudes. So for this one, I would definitely opt out for the cheaper lipstick. The next product I'm going to be comparing is eyeshadows. Now I have a MAC one, and this is in the color Amber Lights. And it's a really pretty gold ambery color. And I'm going to be comparing it to the Sally Girl eyeshadow that I have, and it's a beigey color. It's 388122. I don't know if it has a name, but yeah, that's the number. So for these, there's a big price difference. The MAC is $14.50 and the Sally Girl is $1. Now, MAC is known for its pigmentation, and Sally Girl is known for having really good product for really cheap. Now, for eyeshadow, if I were to pick between Sally Girl and MAC, I would definitely go with the Sally Girl if you're on a budget. But compared to other eyeshadows like CoverGirl or Maybelline, the MAC is definitely way better, especially if you have a really good primer. It's going to last longer throughout the day, and they have a lot of selections at MAC, and you can get like color advice, and you can swatch them at as opposed to drugstore colors. So I would definitely go with the MAC eyeshadow, and I would splurge on the eyeshadow. Or another, if you want to save money, you could go with the Sally Girl. So for this one, I kind of have mixed views, but in my opinion, I think the MAC wins. The next product I'm going to be comparing is foundations. For high-end, I have this MAC Mineralized Satin Finish SPF 15, and I think this is $29.50 or maybe more, I'm not really sure. And for a lower-end version, I have the Fit Me by Maybelline foundation, and this is about $7, I believe. So for these, I like the coverage that the Fit Me gives you. It's a pretty heavy, decent coverage, and when applied right, it can look really nice. But the MAC, for me, I find is just way too heavy, and it breaks me out. Honestly, I haven't really used it much. I used it for a week, and then I stopped using it. I pretty much hate this. So for this one, I would definitely save the money and get the drugstore foundation. Another good drugstore foundation would have to be the Revlon Photo Ready or Revlon Color Stay. But I personally like the Fit Me a lot, so definitely save the money on foundations. The MAC face products aren't really that good, I'm not going to lie. The next product I'm going to be comparing is like powder to set your makeup. So first, for the high-end version, I have the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. Mine's in medium dark. This runs for $28, I believe. And I'm going to be comparing it to the Maybelline Fit Me powder. And this, you can find at the drugstore. It's about $5 or $6. Now, they're both, I don't know if they're really meant for, setting your makeup. They could just be like if you're just quickly want to just dust it over your face for like powder foundation, but they're both give really sheer light coverage. Now these two are different colors because one's my winter, one's my summer, but I would definitely save the money and go with the cheaper one. You definitely do get a little bit less product than you would in the MAC since theirs is domed, but it's a lot cheaper, and it still gives you a lot of product. And as long as you get a good color, it'll work out perfectly. I used this for like the longest time until I got this for my birthday, and it honestly worked fine. I didn't even think I needed the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I just got it because I wanted it. But I would opt out for the cheaper one on this. The next product I'm going to be comparing is eyeliners. For lower end, I have the Maybelline Define-A-Line. And for the higher end one, I have Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Zero. Mine's pretty small, it's almost gone. But I know the Urban Decay is $18, and this might be around $5. So I swatched it on my hand so you can see the color pigmentation. This one is the Urban Decay, and this one is the Maybelline Define-A-Line. So I definitely like the Urban Decay better. It's a lot creamier. The only downfall is you have to sharpen it, where the Maybelline Define-A-Line you just twist up. But I find that the Urban Decay one is a lot more waterproof, especially for your waterline, which I like, especially because I have allergies and my eyes always water. This stays on a lot, especially if you set it with eyeshadow. But the Maybelline Definer line, it just didn't last on my waterline. So I